News is coming in days after Britain rejected India's demand seeking a ban on US-based pro-Khalistan group Seeks for Justice's plan to issue a London declaration for a referendum on Punjab's independence at the Trafalgar Square on the 12th of August. UK has given a note verbal to the Indian High Commission on Anti-India Referendum Rally. The note says that people in the UK have a right to protest provided that they act within the law. Should a protest contravene the law, the police have comprehensive powers to deal with activities that spread hate. Meanwhile, sources have told India today that India will continue to press the matter with the UK side. As a strategic partner, India hopes that UK will take into account the larger perspective on the matter. We have our Foreign Affairs Editor Geeta Mohan, who's with us live this afternoon. Geeta, UK for now declining India's request to cancel the rally.
Well, that's right. The United Kingdom, and this certainly is a huge snub in many ways than one, given the concerns India has. This is not just an anti-government rally or a rally against a particular political party, Simi. This is a rally against India. It is a secessionist rally that will be held on the 12th of August, and the UK authorities have made clear that according to them, in a democracy, they will have to allow the rally to be carried. Of course, if there is any trouble in terms of law and order, that will be taken care of by the police authorities. So they're looking at local situation in terms of any untoward incident, but in terms of the larger perspective and the larger issue that individuals such as Paramjit Singh Pamma, who is a wanted terrorist, Khalistani terrorist in India, and India was looking at and meaning at extraditing him from Portugal. He fled from Portugal, went to the United Kingdom, and now openly is not just talking about secessionist movements and about anti-India, making anti-India comments. He's being allowed to hold and be a part of such rallies. That is certainly a huge concern for India. India had protested very firmly and sternly on the 12th of July, but to no avail. It seems like UK authorities are going to allow the rally to happen, but India continues to remind UK that India is a strategic partner, and the United Kingdom, Britain, will have to look at the larger perspective of ties between the two countries.
Right, and Geeta, considering the first response from the United Kingdom, what are the options available before India now?
Well, in terms of stopping the rally, there isn't much that India can do. This rally will go ahead. But the fact is that Britain is not making a distinction and a differentiation between holding an anti-government rally, allowing freedom of speech, to a secessionist rally being allowed in London, at the heart of London, in Trafalgar Square, which is certainly a huge concern. So right now, all India is looking at doing, and what I am given to understand is that there could be another strong protest that will be lodged. But the bigger question is India then going to move against Paramjit Singh Pamma, who now not only lives in the United Kingdom, but also is being allowed the space to carry out anti-India political activities in London.
Right, Geeta, stay on with us. We also have Lavina Tandon, who's with us live from London. Lavina, Britain rejecting India's demand seeking a ban on Khalistani group Seeks for Justice's plan to hold a rally on the 12th of August. What are the kind of responses you're picking up from other Indian communities residing in the UK?
That of complete disgust from a lot of the sections in the society, and that is why on the same day, on the 12th of August, there's another rally that is called the Celebration of Indian Independence that will be staged there as well. They claim there are going to be thousands of people who will be joining it. I have done interviews with various other Sikh groups, which include pro-Khalistani groups. They are not supporting this rally, saying, and I quote, that this is a money-making exercise. But at the same time, the Green Party, that is one of the left-wing parties, have given the MP of the Green Party, or the leader of the party, has extended support towards this referendum. And as you very rightly mentioned, the British government has denied that they will turn down the request of Indian government to not give permission for this. And this is not unusual. They would do that because they say that on their soil freedom of expression is crime. But this time, people involved in this activity, as you mentioned, have criminal records in India.
How frequently do you see the UK administration actually cracking down on peaceful protest rallies?
These peaceful protests really don't remain peaceful to me. If you remember, when Prime Minister Narendra Modi was here, I was reporting, and this was exactly the same group, Sikhs for Justice, who were having protests, and they misbehaved with me on the day, and there was nothing much done, and not yet any action has been taken. So the peace, and before that, last year, I think, if I remember correct, it was 26th of January or 15th August, around that time, the same group and the pro-Kashmiri group. That is the most bizarre thing is that the pro-Kashmiri group, supported by Lord Ahmed Nazar, are joining hands with Sikhs for Justice, pro-Khalistani group. Not, of course, I have to reiterate it, not supported by all Sikhs here in the UK. So one would wonder, because Lord Nazar, in an interview to me, had for the first time revealed about 2020 referendum. So a strange connection happening there. And when they staged a protest in front of the High Commission, and another group that was pro-India group staged it, there was a confrontation. There was a real confrontation where there was a lot of what we call hatafai of violence that took place. This was not extreme violence. All police did was remove them and ask them to go and share different places. So I would really wonder, now that peaceful justice have completely...
Right, Lavina, stay on with us. We also have our Executive Editor Gaurav Sawant, who's with us live from our newsroom. Gaurav, it seems like the Khalistani group Justice, Seek for Justice, will go ahead with its London declaration for a referendum on Punjab's independence on the 12th of August, coming as it does ahead of the 15th of August. And it seems like the Indian government can do little to prevent it from happening.
So India did object, and that objection has been turned down by Britain. But both India and the British authorities will be watching this very closely, because should this Lakshman Rekha, so there is a democratic right to protest, but there is also an issue if they talk about secession, or it leads to violence or breaks the law in the United Kingdom. So if that law is broken, then action will be taken. Again, you know, why this is alarming, Simi, is the fact that Kashmiri separatists, those who live in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir and are now in the United Kingdom, and Pakistan's ISI, wherein our Pakistan Army officer has been identified as the man who is actually orchestrating all of this. All of them seem to be operating in tandem. So while legally Britain may be taking one position, it does remain to be seen whether Britain will crack down on elements should there be a breakdown of law and order in the United Kingdom because of this.
Right, and Gaurav, you know, realistically speaking, how much of a threat is this really to India, considering that the Khalistani movement has pretty much died in the country? It has little presence as far as India is concerned. Abroad, you hear of these groups becoming more active. Tell us exactly why it's of concern to the Indian administration.
So technically these people matter, they don't matter much. While some of them have been arranging money, creating what they call is an awareness drive for the creation of Khalistan. In India, that movement is long dead and gone. People of Punjab have defeated that movement. So it's the people of Punjab who've defeated such a movement. They do try and revive it off and on. They've arranged funds for these people in the past. They've arranged, drugs to fuel this unrest in the past. But can this lead to another bout of unrest in Punjab, or can this lead to terror coming back? Clearly not. But at the same time, government of India, the people of India do not want anti-India voices especially those who call for terror and arms, and secessionist movements to be encouraged elsewhere in the world. India had an issue with Canada encouraging such forces or not cracking down on such forces, but they do not pose any kind of a threat to India's sovereignty or territorial integrity at all.
And Gaurav, it will be heartening for the Indian government to know that despite the UK administration saying that they're not going to stop the rally, on the ground, Lavina was telling us that members of the Indian community are not happy with this protest.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, that is where India's soft power is there for the world to see. The Indian diaspora, the Indian community. So whether they're in Canada, in the United Kingdom, in the United States, they are now picking up, you know, the cudgels for government of India or for the people of India. They are the ones who are saying that all this is Pakistan sponsored. Why is it encouraged anyways? Is this democracy? Would the United Kingdom like it if there are, you know, some anti-UK forces that hold a rally in India or try and, you know, create such a hullabaloo that these people are doing? So, you know, government to government, you may not be able to do much, but it's the Indian diaspora which is countering this propaganda of Pakistan's ISI and elements encouraged by Pakistan's ISI.
Absolutely. Gaurav, Lavina and Geeta, thanks so much for that. We're going to keep coming back to you for more developments in the story.
पंजाब की दूसरी खबरों के लिए सब्सक्राइब कीजिए हमारा YouTube चैनल पंजाब तक।